Alright, so Say Goodbye by Fleetwood Mac. This is off of the Say You Will album released in 2003. And this is just an amazing finger-picking song by Lindsey Buckingham. And even before we get going on it, I have to, disclaimer, this is like really hard. Okay, this is a very hard piece to play. But I've got a lot of requests for it recently, and I actually really love this song. So I thought I'd give it a shot here. On the album, it's a pretty insane version. It's really fast. It's about 90 beats per minute, and it's been speeded up. You can tell. Like Lindsey Buckingham does that a lot. He has a song on an earlier album called Precious Time, Precious Time, and that's speeded up a ton as well. But what I'm doing is mostly the live version, and it's kind of the 2005. You can find it on YouTube. And he plays it about, 78, 80 beats per minute. And when I did my demo of it, which you can see if you click that link, where is it? Up here? Up here, click that eye there, right there somewhere. That'll take you to my website where you can watch, the performance and the lesson all on one page. But I did that at about 78 beats per minute, right? Which for me was like, that's about as fast as I can go, right? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to show you the chords first, and then I'll show you the picking. First thing to know is that it's in this crazy tuning. It's an F-sharp 7 tuning. And I'll put the tuning down here somewhere, but it's E is C sharp, then A is F sharp, the D string C sharp, G string goes down to an E. Gives you the 7th there, right? And then the B string is tuned to an A sharp, and the high E is a C sharp. Okay, so the first chord we're going to do is that. It's like an E minor, right? If you were in standard tuning, and just put your little finger, or your first finger, on B1. And we're not playing the G string there, so that's muted. Okay, that's your first chord. The second chord is a bit of a stretch. I played that. It's open E, right? And then we've got F, or D4, G2, and B1. Okay, we don't play the A string there. And next chord, we just take our first finger off, and it's just those two, right? Next chord, we're just going to move that down here, but we'll fret it like this. Okay, so we've got D2 and G2. Okay, so we've got here, 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 and here. All right, now it's going to move up here. And this is where Lindsey Buckingham plays it a lot different than I do, because he is able to do these sum over chords, okay, which I'm not able to do because, I have a smaller hand. And for everybody who has a smaller hand, I'll show you the way I did it. Okay, so what he does, to start out with, he's going to bar here on the 12th fret with that third finger, straight across. Okay, gets that note there with a little finger, and then he's going to play this chord. Right, I can just barely do it, but I get a lot of buzzing because I just can't quite get it. And what that is it's like a D shape, a D chord, shape, but just go down a string. So we've got D10, G11, and B10, and the first one has a little finger here on B12, right? And of course, we're getting that E10 note there, right? So he's going to go from here, and then take your little finger off. Okay, and then you're going to bar here while getting that. Okay, so so that's how he does it. Now the way I do it is I'm not going to bar the entire thing, I'm going to bar from the D string over with my first finger. And actually, live, sometimes you'll see that he will do this as well. He'll play it this way. Right? And now, instead of doing this, I'm going to do this. I'm going to bar on the 10th and go G11 and B12. Right? We don't play the A string there. And then just take your third finger off. Okay, and then we're just going to bar down and really push with that middle finger supporting. Okay, so we've got and sometimes if you can't quite get that, you could go here, you could do this, right? Just getting E10 with your middle finger and just barring those three with that third finger and getting a little finger to get these notes. Okay, so that's that part. And then he goes to this chord, which is like an A minor shape, but up here on 9th fret of D, G9, and B8. Okay, but little finger on B10 to start, and then off. And then it gets into that, just doing, you know, adding that D10 on top of the D9. Okay, we'll do the picking in a second, okay? And then it repeats. Stuff. Okay, and then we're going to come down to this chord. This is for the bridge now. It's just D3, or yeah, D3 and G2. And the way he plays this part, I don't think he ever plays the B string. He just, right, just kind of those three strings, A, D, and G. But I like to play the B string there. And then we're just there, like an A minor, right? So we're going from there to an A minor, and then just there. It's like a D shape again. Like D, you know, down and over. Okay, and then ending up on that chord there. Okay, so we're good. And then we get into this. And that's just G4. Okay, and then we get into the hardest chord, other than that weird stuff, where we're going to bar in the 7th, and we're going to get a little finger on G11. Right? And back to that. And that's it, that's the chords. So now let's get into the picking. The whole song is based on this. So if I played those first chords, it would, just doing the bass, it would be actually open A, right? And that's what you should practice. Just to get yourself going. Right? Because that never stops through the whole song. On the original recording, he's kind of on that, he's off that, he's kind of all over the place on that, but live, it's pretty consistent, that pattern, right? Okay, so now the next thing you want to do is you want to play the chord too. So you're going to go. So we're just going to add that middle finger whoops, middle finger there, right on the B string to start with. And you keep it here, right? So we're just playing the B string and the D string. Same thing there. Okay? And just practice that. Next thing is you'll want to add the extra picking. The first one is always that simplified version. Okay, and the last one is always that simplified version. But the ones in between add extra picking. That extra picking will just work on this chord. Right? See if we can get the camera in there. Okay? And later on, it gets even more intricate where he's going to add an extra pick on that G string, so it's going to go. Whoops. Okay, and you know, fast, that's like. And then we're going to come up here, right, and do the exact same picking. Right? And you know, I can't really show you exactly like every single note, right? Just basically the patterns, and you just kind of have to work with it. Let it percolate, you know, and you'll figure it out. And we're switching to here. And then here. Right? Always bass is always that. And now we get into this part. And all that is we're just playing the D string, the G string, and bouncing off that high E string. So we're just because the song's in 6/8, right? So we've got that do. That's how we have to think of this song, right? That kind of thing, right? But adding that E string in. And how that works is it's like one cycle on that chord, 2 cycles on this chord, 1 cycle on that chord, and then back to the verse, right? So we're like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, I'm counting. I said 2 cycles, but I counted to 4. But you get the picture, right? Do that again. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, and then we're back into that. And in his later live versions, he doesn't even play this. He just skips that entirely, and he plays this next section that I'm going to show you now. Okay, well, the section after actually. But so coming out of that second verse, right, and we go all through that. That again, right? And then we're going to come into this. And like I said earlier, the way he plays it, I don't think he even hits that B string. He's more like... And then down to this chord, that A minor-ish chord, A minor shape. But he never plays the B string. And then there. I kind of like to put that B string in there, so I went like this. Missed it a couple of times there, but you get the picture. So you're going. Now it's going to slide that up to G4, right? And we're going to do this. And that's a little tricky to get your head wrapped around that one, right? Because our fingers are going. And really hard for me to do that super slow. I'll start fast and I'll slow it down. Okay, and now we're going to change to this chord, which, like I said earlier, I think I said earlier, this is the hardest chord, right? Because we got a bar on the 7th and get G11. We do the exact same picking. Back down to here. And the first time, then we're back to a verse, right? But the last time, the last chorus and then the ending, right? Okay, and like I was saying before, that part on the later versions, live versions, he doesn't play that at all. He substitutes it with this. So if we're coming out of back into the verse, okay? So that you can substitute, you know, that is like impossible for you to do, you can do that one instead, right? I mean, they're both kind of tough. So, you just have to pick the one you want to wear, or do them both, like use that one the first time. Maybe this one the second time, right? Okay, so that's it for this song. It's an incredible song, really, and some of the live performances are like, whoa. They're just super powerful, right? Because, it's like, it's about as authentic as you can get, right? With those guys writing it and then performing it, it's pretty good, like it's top level art, really, because it's a reflection of their reality. Anyways, yeah, I'm just thinking if there's anything else I need to show you about this, but I think that's about it. And it's, this song, I've been working on this for 3 weeks because it's very tough. And, stuff like that, the only way to get stuff like that is to start slow. Right? And what I find is instead of just, just moving your fingers, you want to move your hand, right? So you're kind of going, like if I didn't move my fingers at all and I went, that's just my hand. But then if I add a bit of finger movement to that hand movement, and I find the same thing here, right? If you're just going, just keeping your hand still, it's a way harder to do than if you just loosen up your hand a little bit. Minor. These are very subtle movements, right? But it'll take a lot of practice for most people to get this down, and I don't feel I've even really got it down perfect, right? But I'm fairly happy with the way I'm playing it. Anyways, yeah, that's it for this one. Fantastic song. I hope this helps you figure it out and gives you, some insight into how to play it. And hope you enjoyed playing the song. And we'll talk to you next time.